Alright, and we are back with a new game. Thank you for joining me once again. So today we are going to be starting Alan Wake 2, which is a game that I have not played before. It came out pretty recently as of the time of this recording, and I've actually never played the first Alan Wake either. It's a bit outdated at this point, and I wanted to start with the second one since it's a bit more modern, but I have played a few of. This game is developed by Remedy Entertainment, I believe the company's name is, and they have also made games like Quantum Break, Control, and I believe they developed the original Max Payne games before it went to Rockstar. So I have played Quantum Break and Control, and I thought they were decent games. Nothing special, but they were fun. But I have heard quite a few good things about Alan Wake 2, so I just wanted to try it out and see for myself. And this will be interesting because I've never played this game series before, and I don't play that many kind of horror action games, which I believe this is. So this will be a very interesting new experience for me. So without further ado, let us get started. Um, hmm. I'm gonna go with normal. I usually do normal. Usually the developer's preferred setting, so I usually like to go with that.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
So we've got a naked guy crawling out of a lake. He does not look like he's having a good day. Gonna be a lot of butt crack this first episode, I think.
Can you hear me?
Come on, we should go.
Where'd he gone?
No, come on, help. I guess a lot of people might not want to help somebody, a naked guy they see stumbling through the woods. I guess maybe that's the normal reaction, is to kind of back away, but I feel like something bad is going to happen to this guy, because he doesn't look like the Alan Wake guy. Nice little jump scare there. Run! I'm not sure why we're running, but... Run towards the cabin in the woods, that's always a good idea. Okay, now we have a reason to run. Let's get out of here. Yeah, so that's pretty gruesome.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
So the dialogue is a little stilted so far, but maybe that's just the style they're going for, or it could be a translation thing. Because I think
Cauldron
the
Lake.
developers are from another country.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Okay, I got some performance issues. I'm gonna see if I can fix that really quickly. Let's see here, graphics. Maybe turn up the resolution scaling a bit. And we could turn down ray tracing a little bit.
Worth memorizing.
A bit better, yeah.
Before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Sorry, guys. This is the gift and the curse of playing on PCs. You gotta do some tinkering, which isn't the worst thing. It can be fun. Where was the part I'm looking for? Let's try it with motion blur off, just
I should take a look at that map.
see how it works. Okay, so we are here. Don't know where we're going, so I guess it doesn't matter.
You're the one who wanted to switch,
I think-
Thornton. Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Yeah, not the sharpest axe indeed. So we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere then, I guess. Small town cops, small town crime. Very Stephen King-esque.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton?
They definitely do.
Don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Alrighty, there's our first meeting with the local authorities.
Before
See
we get to
this
the crime scene,
body.
there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
We can handle this ourselves if they just stay the hell out of it. All of them.
Shut up, Thornton. They can still hear you.
I'm just saying. You know I'm usually a calm person. Yoga 3 times a week. But these goddamn city folk always think they know everything. It gets on my fucking nerves.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
For fuck's sake.
The other guy definitely isn't happy we're here. Also, for the record, most small town people are not like that. I know that's like a portrayal in movies and TV and video games and such. Most small town people really do not have this like burning hatred for city folk. That's very much a fictional characterization in my experience. Let's, you have anything to say, or are you just enjoying the view? Guess you're just enjoying the view. Right, well, let's go for a walk in the woods, shall we?
I need to think through the facts of the case.
Case board.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique.
Ah, like
To
Sherlock.
sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
Alright, so this is kind of a Sherlock type thing. She solves cases by storing information in her mind palace. This cozy little mind palace here. Based on the, whatever, home office, she said. Case board.
Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
So, a series of murders have occurred around the town of Bright Falls. Finding the connections will help our search for the killer. Okay, so this isn't the first murder. There have been several. I guess. Yeah. Murder method. Slight difference in murders. Bloating only commonality in bodies, but not cause of death. Chest trauma. Exposure to water post-mortem. So our guy was climbing out of the lake. So I wonder if all the other murderers, all the other murder victims were also came out of the lake, or maybe other bodies of water. Bruising on legs and wrists and legs. So 2 of the victims had bruising, some form of restraint, strapped or belted down. Makes sense. So there was another victim in 2018, but it's hard to identify the chest trauma for that one because of the body's condition. And that was the bloating. So only one was found in water. The most recent one was strapped to a table, right? Unless they moved the body afterwards. I don't think they would have, though, because they're too busy chasing after their witnesses, right? Missing in 2010, no other commonalities. So these people all went missing in 2010. This is the guy that we were playing as just a few minutes ago, right? Found 2 weeks ago, chest wound was ruled as cause of death, tattooing on the body is illegible. So missing in 2010. What year is it now? In the in-game, I wonder. Found in Cauldron Lake, 2018. Some organs missing. Predation? State of body. Oh, or predation. So they're thinking that, like, wild animals took the organs. But I wonder if the murderers took it as part of their ritual. State of body does not match 8 years spent in a lake. So they go missing, then they show up, they reemerge to whatever, society from the lake, or they're dumped into the lake, and then they're killed. Seen in 2010, discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave. Ted Lane, he's a dentist. So he wasn't found in a lake or near a lake. He was in a grave. Strange tattoos. Okay. Victim number 3 was covered in illegible tattoos. A message from the killer, maybe, or their art. So that would be Percy Wolf there. The murder targets have no discernible common traits, apart from going missing in 2010. And killer maybe a sportsman or a hunter due to the butchery techniques used to cut open the hearts. Talk to someone, okay. Okay, so we don't have a whole lot to go off of now, because we're at the very beginning of our little thing. So that's our objective. So we're at the beginning of our investigation, so we don't have a whole lot to go off of yet. Anything else around here in her mind palace? Maybe they'll give me a clue about who Saga Anderson is. That's her name, right? Saga Anderson. We know she has a daughter and a husband. Except I think that's... Is that a picture of the husband? No, it's a picture of the partner, right? Alex Casey. Maybe one and the same? Dunno.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson.
M.
Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the
Okay.
hill to the crime scene.
M for map,
Hey, Casey.
tab for mind
You
palace.
putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Okay, so foreshadowing that Casey's gonna die then, I'm assuming, is what that's saying. Does not pause the game. So Casey's gonna die, it seems like.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
That's not what I wanted to do. It's always a bit of a learning curve in games until you figure out their distinct control schemes and whatnot. But we'll get there. For sure.
Okay, nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Aldern Lake campgrounds. Bit of
Not
a
a bad
gloomy
place to
morning
get
for
murdered.
camping.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a good place to get murdered per se, but
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Try explaining it one more time. How much beer can I make it, Mulligan? Hey!
So there's the rude cop who really doesn't like us and isn't all that
Deputy
bright.
Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
He's putting on a friendly front now that we're directly in front of him.
Oh, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Okay, so he's restrained, so that's... and his heart is cut out, so all that's... consistent. C allows Saga to see active clues. The key image can be selected with left click and placed on the case board.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Okay, so did they not already add the other? So was that third guy, Percy Wolf or whatever, was that not this guy? Is this the fourth victim? Yeah, that's interesting. Now, what happened to the other information? Oh, is it in cases? Yeah, previous murders. Okay. Murder at Cauldron. So we'll keep the current one up here.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Any more clues? No. So let's go to the case board. So these. Okay, on to the question. I was getting ahead of myself, I guess.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Okay, so we need to figure out more about who the victim is and who the killers are.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
And pretty simple deduction there, but anything back here? I know there was some stuff over here, but all right.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over.
Okay, so
Was
they
it for
were,
a camera?
yeah, they were either photographing or filming something.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
Okay, baseboard. This will go under the killers. Now, do we use all of the photos all the clues I wonder, or are some of them like red herring type clues?
Doesn't make sense. Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Okay, so those are for a later case, or part of the investigation, I guess. Let's see, maybe I can ask this guy, the deputy, about the victim?
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Alrighty, Robert Nightingale is our poor unfortunate fellow over here.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
Okay, so this game takes place modern day, 2023. Alright, good to know.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Okay, here we go. So this was definitely premeditated. They were waiting for him.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
So, good question.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. This mug always cheers me up.
So that's the only thing to click on.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Okay, now this is something that I'm not a fan of in most, like, FBI crime show type things, is the whole trope of the profiler just basically being essentially telepathic and knowing everything that happened about the victim and the crime scene. Always just strikes me as kind of, I don't know, unrealistic and a little bit lazy. Now, I think there are supernatural elements to this game, so maybe they'll be able to fix that. Maybe they'll explain it away with, like, she actually is clairvoyant or something. Then it kind of makes sense. Then it works. But if they're gonna try to play it straight as like the mystical profiling that other crime stuff does, I'm not a fan of that. We'll have to see how they handle it, though. They might be able to make it work.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Okay, so is that? Okay, profiling. We were just there. We did that. So I think that's all we can do right now.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
This
Sounds
doesn't
good.
seem right.
Wait.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
Oh, goody. Game's already breaking. That's not a good sign. I'm gonna be honest with you here. Yeah, this... Alrighty, well, that's... not ideal, I'm gonna have to say. Let's hope it doesn't make me replay the entire thing.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Great. Yeah, well, it's not making us replay the entire game, it's just forcing us to
Another
replay
body turns up just as we
a
arrive
chunk
in
of it.
town.
Whoop-de-doo. That's just great. This game is not making a good impression so far, I have to say, but we'll give it a chance.
Incised stab wound, chest cut open, heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head. Chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Let's try this again, and hopefully it actually works this time, eh?
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Oh, I need the blood.
Was he killed here?
That's what
or
I'm
brought
missing.
here after? For display. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. They planned for the murder to happen here. Passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head.
Right, let's continue on with this. Try to get back to where we were before the game so rudely broke.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. Nightingale was chosen as the victim.
Okay, check the lake shore. Is there anything else I can do in here? With these? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'm gonna try the other way of getting out of here this time. Hopefully this works.
The lake is
There
connected
we
to
go.
Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
This entire forest just screams murder.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Is that all we can do with that? Oh, never mind. Triggers a cutscene.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here, someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept, even if they knew it would end up hurting them?
It was kind of like a meta thing
Someone's
almost.
been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is
Al-
right up my alley. Nightingale came this way.
Alan
Either
Wake
he
is
dropped
like
this
the
page,
writer of their murder
the killers
mystery that
left it
they're
for
working
us.
on.
I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Now I'm nervous to go back in here because I'm worried it's going to break the game again. Hopefully we'll be okay though. So that's the map. So caseboard, we will... Footprints. So this is for where the victim came from, I think.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
It's the mysterious manuscript page that we found. The killer is watching us. More manuscript pages. So are they like the collectibles for this game, kind of? That also give more hints about what's going on, I'd imagine. Oh, okay, so yeah, so this is the one that we found. So this is where we can go and read back through all of them. Alrighty.
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one.
So, like a serial killer in Denver who strangled people is what I'm getting from that. Alright, so profiling. Is there more profiling we can do? There is.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Yeah, and see, it has to be some sort of like supernatural instinct or clairvoyance or something, because there's no way that she would possibly know that otherwise. It just wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, there has to be a supernatural element to Saga Anderson that we don't know about, and possibly she doesn't know about.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Okay, so what are we doing? Are we... Okay, so that's... Alright, so we have an added thing here. So we have a pistol, and we have Logan's Charm, which increases our maximum health. Alrighty. So I guess we're going back to talk with the deputies?
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
Something tells me you'll get it, Saga.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Do I detect some hints of condescension in your voice, my good sir?
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Alright, let's take that from you.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
I do like the atmosphere of this game, though, so far. It's very it matches what it's going for, this kind of gruesome murder mystery thriller type feel with hints of the supernatural intertwining throughout. Not bad so far. I'm liking that part. The feel of the game.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Alright, lead the way, Casey. I assume we're going... Oh, we're going left. So we're not going that way, but maybe we will at some point. Or maybe there was a collectible there and I just missed it, which, that's fine. I'm not big on collectibles, generally speaking,
Here we are.
unless they serve a specific purpose.
Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Yeah, see, like, it didn't sound like they were talking to each other. Were we hearing, like, the thoughts of each character?
Need to swing by
was...
the lodge to get
yeah.
anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Right Falls, Washington. So we're in Washington, okay. Well, that seems like a good natural stopping spot. So, it's a very intriguing story so far. Very intriguing atmosphere. Some technical issues, but we got through those, and I'm curious to see where this all goes. So, thank you so much for watching, and we shall continue with Alan Wake 2 in the next episode. Thanks.